Okay, YouTubers, here we go. It's going to be a cold start of the motorhome. See how we do. Going to park it out at AJ's for the rest of the winter. See how we do. Okay. Freezing. She's moving the van and didn't put a coat on. It's about -2 out, but she doesn't do the cold as well as I do. So she's waiting for me to move, and I got a windshield and a hood full of snow. So I figure I'll push that off, and she's going to back in, and we're going to take it out to AJ's, and at the same time we're going to go get my cherry picker and maybe some firewood. So she can back in, and so I guess I'll clear some snow. But that was exciting for you. Okay. I guess I don't need that on cold. Should probably have it on defrost. Recirculate. I don't know if you noticed, I did sweep a little bit of snow off the very top above the windshield. And those of you that aren't accustomed to driving in the snowy climates, and I'm not sure if it's the same everywhere, but here in Manitoba, the law requires that you clean the snow off your vehicles here. If it blocks your visibility, like if it's on the, oh come on, transmission's a little stiff, might want to switch over to synthetic oil, and it's not even that cold out. you're responsible for the snow that flies off your vehicle, and if it blocks your visibility, you can get ticketed for that. And if snow flies off your vehicle and causes an accident or damage, you can be liable for it. So the camera keeps sliding. The dash is too smooth and pristine to the camera to stay put. It's just sliding around like crazy. I'm gonna go to AJ's in a little bit. He's actually he and his wife and kids are in Winnipeg doing some shopping. A chance to get into town. And when I talked to him earlier, he said he was going to be home a little while later. And figure I might as well go and get fuel in the motorhome. And I've been wanting to put fuel in it. It's running pretty well on empty, and I didn't want it sitting as long as it did without fuel in it because of condensation. So I actually put some fuel stabilizer in too before I parked it the last time. Even though I hadn't put gas in it yet, I put enough in because I knew that the next trip was going to be to the gas station. And it's not a big trip to the gas station, although I can sure feel that low tire now. Okay, note to self. Patch the rear dual. I think I'll put air in it first since the fuel tank is on that side too. At the St. Anne Co-op gas bar. The Co-op gas bar, you get a membership for it. I can't remember what it costs, $5 or $10 or something. It's not a lot. And you basically end up profit sharing. So they send you a check once a year based on how much fuel you bought, because every time you fuel up, you give them your number, co-op number, and then they will put down to your account. Oh shoot, there's no air here. Oh, maybe the hose is there, it's just tucked into the building. Quite often they'll do that to keep the hose from freezing. Back in a bit. She's definitely a leaker. See what kind of heat this thing has. Blowing good heat already. Been running for what, 5 minutes? Temperature's up. Why do I need my seatbelt? I'm just going around to the gas pumps. Haven't put a lot of miles on the motorhome yet. There's that curb. There it is. Just missed it. Couldn't tuck in the way I wanted to because there's a guy waiting for the car cooler right now. It's a good time to wash cars. Crazy washing. You leave your doors open on the first latch, and by doing that, you let the water freeze on your doors, and then when you push the door shut, it breaks the ice on the weather stripping. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, that's actually the first time we had to put gas in it since we bought it. It came with a full tank. The original owner had the transmission replaced on this thing at one time. I think they might have put one in from a car instead of a truck almost, although the output shafts are different lengths. Maybe it's just me. I think it should be geared differently. Mind you, 4-cylinder engine in a motorhome really isn't going to give you stunning performance anyway, but my wife and I, chances are slim we're going to do much mountain climbing with it. There's not too many mountains on the prairies, and in a headwind, I think any motorhome is going to work a little bit. So turn the fan down and turn it up and see how she blows. Pretty decent heat. So we took it out last summer one weekend, and we had a fairly strong, it was like a 3/4 wind coming from around the 10-11 o'clock direction, and I couldn't maintain 100 kilometers an hour in 5th gear. I could do it in 4th, but when you put it up into overdrive, it was just working it. Mind you, I wasn't revving the engine too high either, so I may not have been bringing it quite up into the torque range. It was kind of like a shakedown cruise with it, so I didn't really want to push it too hard either. Just kind of get used to everything and the way it shifted when you turned corners, with the body sway and everything. So we're looking forward to next summer. Amber already has a few places she would like to go. My sister got us a day tripper's guide to Manitoba, so it points out all the small little places, some of which we already knew about because I've lived here all my life. But Manitobans, for some reason, they find a place to vacation in the summer in the province, and they are fiercely loyal to it. They will go there. They won't tour the province quite so much, and they will go to the same place year after year after year. The long weekends in May, July, August, September, whatever, they will go to the same ones, same places every time. They get used to the place, and I guess it's kind of like a complacency thing. Hopefully Kyle's up and he hooked up the trailer. It's one of the things we have to do to get the engine crane is we have to jack up AJ's AE86 Corolla that he's putting a motor in. Money's a little but they have a beautiful place, it's so serene where they live. I like it. For cottage goers that aren't the kind that really like the lakes, it would actually make for a nice little weekend getaway. A few acres acres, and they're right in the Sandyland Provincial Forest, which is kind of part of the edge of the Canadian Shield, and a lot of trees. And it's fairly sandy soil. It was really quite a nice place. But anyway, we got to jack up his car. It's up on jack stands now, and jack it up, and we're going to take it outside so we can park one of his drivers. So we can park one of his drivers in the garage for the rest of the winter. That sounds pretty good. Doesn't sound too bad at all. The heat's fairly good. Well, on defrost it is. I'll see how it does on heat. See how good the heat is for the feet. Mind you, with this big gaping hole behind me here, I'm going to lose some heat there. Right with the curtain, it'll help, certainly, but oil's warm. Sitting idling about 25, 30 psi. Just take it off idle and it jumps to 50, 60 psi. Nice oil pressure. When it was cold, it was up to 75. But well, higher revs it goes up, so good oil pressure. If I'm parked, I don't need the seatbelt on. Yeah, it's blowing pretty decent heat right at your feet. Check the bi-level. That blows it out the dash. Just a small amount out the defrost. And the vent is all on the dash. Fairly nice heat. Not too bad at all. Anyway, I'm going to shut that off.